Who looks at that?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Welcome to Full Beans. Today, a solar vehicle sets a new record. The silly season continues, and the Belgian Grand Prix. Woo! Full Beans.
My name is Ozzy, David, and Frankie over there in the corner. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment on this video. This is going to be a good one. Action-packed, drama-filled, sun-powered filled. With that being said, we're off to the news. Solar-powered vehicle makes a cannonball run and sets a new record. We are bringing this to you today because it's happened recently.
We love EVs around here.
We do. And what makes it more better EV than actual power coming from the sun?
Directly from the sun.
And not coming from a carbon emission power plant hundreds of miles away, right?
The customer doesn't know that. That's why they think EV's green.
Well, we're going to enlighten the world of the scam that is EV.
Currently, I think.
Currently,
I
yeah.
think once to get the infrastructure there, maybe not a scam. But this is not a scam. Look, he's getting his own power.
He is getting his own power from, I was going to say Mother Earth, but not Mother Earth. Sun, the sun power.
Nuclear fission.
A team, I think so, yeah. It's nuclear fission.
Yeah.
A team of 4 engineering students from Michigan, nicknamed the Cannonball Sun Team, set a new record for a solar power cannonball run in July of 2024. This month, they built a custom car featuring 8 solar panels and 3 bicycle wheels to complete the journey from New York to Los Angeles in 13 days, 15 hours, and 19 minutes. So that's a long trip.
That is awesome, though.
How would you feel bicycle wheels from New York to Los Angeles, dude? Your butt must be sore after that, dude. What a ride.
That's a tough ride. I wonder how many. Is it Le Mans? Do they change racers?
They do change people.
They had to because that is a long time to be sitting in that contraption of a car.
13 days. This is, but you might think 13 days is a long time, but this is significantly faster than the previous solar record of 58 days, but much slower than the overall cannonball run record of 24 hours.
To walk.
To walk?
To Forrest Gump that.
I don't know. It's got to take at least maybe. You think 2 weeks? I don't know. I honestly have no idea.
No way. Longer?
That, how many miles is it, though?
3,000, isn't it? I could be completely off. I think it's 3,000.
Dude, it's got to be a long
Frankie,
time.
our fact checker here.
He's checking out how long it would take from the walk from New York to Los Angeles, because it's not all freaking flat. So there are sections where you're gonna be slower and faster.
42 days.
42 days
of walking.
That's what Google predicts.
42 days. Oh, 2,779. I was close.
Okay.
Round it up. Give it to me.
Yeah, there you go. You got
Look
it.
at the elevation, though.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, because you gotta cross the Appalachian. Yeah, because you're not crossing anything. That's a cool little map.
Well, once you cross over the, oh shit, you're right.
That shows you, because you're not crossing anything interesting. That you don't cross anything till you hit. I'm pretty sure that's the Appalachian.
Because once you're in Flatsville, you're kind of good.
Flatsville,
but
you're probably cruising in Flatsville.
Yeah, you probably make your time up there, and then once it gets the hill
the
climbing.
Cannonball Run. If anyone has any ideas on what Full Bean should complete the Cannonball Run in, let us know. Comment.
I am not walking the Cannonball Run.
It's gotta be a vehicle, at least 2 wheels. At least 2 wheels, powered by what? I don't know. Maybe we should put some rules on that too.
Yeah, not human powered. It's gotta be some kind of fuel powered. Okay.
We're gonna have a vehicle. It's gonna have a big ass hamster wheel in the back, and it's gonna be Frankie in there. We're just gonna be sitting there steering.
Frankie, go back to the thing I had right there. So
back to the notes.
Yeah. So this was obviously way slower than the record of Cannonball Run, which is 25 hours, which obviously is performed at freaking by a sports car.
How long do you think I think they did that in COVID.
No, they did this right now.
No, I'm saying the fastest Cannonball Run.
Oh, that would have been the best time, right?
Yeah, I think
No traffic.
I think they did it in COVID.
Yeah.
I think.
That
No
would've been the
traffic at
perfect
all.
time.
Yeah.
The team's goal wasn't to break any speed limits, but to showcase the capabilities of solar power by completing the run entirely on solar energy without needing any charging stations or generators, which they did.
So anyone who thinks, who's not the most informed about electronic vehicles, EVs, this is why we don't just wrap the car on the top of the car with solar panels.
Yeah, they it's not very fast, right? So it's not. And then one of the challenges they were facing was that do they send the energy straight to the motors or straight to or to the batteries, right? Because there's a loss of energy right there.
Conversion, storage.
They had that little capsule looking thing. This kind of looks like from that cartoon.
What's 2 for 2 today, Frankie?
What's that cartoon with the futuristic, that old one?
Jetsons,
The
bro.
Jetsons, yeah.
No, that's Simpsons.
This is that looks like that little vehicle they had, and this car had no AC in there, and they had to travel through the California desert at 110 degrees, saying that it got inside that thing. They had to wear a helmet the whole time because this vehicle was declared as a motorcycle vehicle. So, anybody who is a AC lover would not enjoy having this ride. Yeah, and in this heat, who isn't, right? Who isn't? But yeah, it's an interesting thing to see. Good to see some vehicles making
We've cut the time significant by over 75%, whatever.
Yeah, whatever that percentage is, paving the road onto the solar vehicle and doing it the true EV way of getting powered.
You can't really get more EV than that, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Straight from the earth, right? Like you said.
Not from the earth.
I mean, straight from
space.
Straight from space. I was about to say,
from father son.
Outer space nuclear reactor, getting its power from there. Now we move on to a more of a. Any comments on that? Last comments on that, David, Frankie, EV. What are you saying?
On his EV knowledge over there, Frankie being. Oh, actually, no. Now you have joined the hybrid club.
Yeah, but I'm not enthusiastic like Frankie is, though.
Oh, this is like super awesome. Like, and I've seen a lot of cars that look. A lot of like solar cars that are just made look almost exactly like this because they're obviously the most efficient shape. Mm-hmm. I worked on one of these in high school that I got from my teacher's college because he actually worked on it back like over there, and I thought this thing was awesome, and I would love to work on something like this now.
Yeah, so any solar people out there that want to get some helping hand, Frankie is available to help you with your solar activities, and maybe they'll make a solar boat. I don't know, solar plane. Whoever wants to go that, yeah. I don't know how this is gonna do if a cloud went over there or something. Solar spaceship. Yeah, there you go. Now we move on to the silly season continues. Updates on the driver market. One that broke news this week was Esteban Ocon has signed for Haas on a multi-year deal that sees him leave Alpine at the end of the current season. Comments on this?
I mean, Alpine were itching to get rid of him.
They were.
I don't think they could wait any longer for these two to break up.
Yeah.
The partnership that he had there with his fellow Frenchie. All French team.
All French team. So
all French team, which you would think
everything would be good, right? Everything would be
très bien.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's
très mal.
I think exactly. I think that's far from it. Ocon said that I'll be joining a very ambitious racing team whose spirit, work ethic, and undeniable upward trajectory has really impressed me.
Less ambitious than they were.
They were, yeah.
They were more ambitious.
Yeah.
And then they decided to take a step back, a step away from the trajectory, their great trajectory.
Yep. So he'll be joining up. He'll be paired up with the rookie Ollie Behrman, coming in to the next season. Now they have a more experienced guy and they have a rookie. What is the future for Haas on this driver lineup? I don't think it's gonna be as smooth as they think. You think they're still? I think they're still gonna struggle, dude.
I think they're gonna struggle because I think Ollie's gonna come in with a point to prove, and Ocon. I don't know. I don't feel like Ocon hasn't really had a good solid season in a few years.
Yeah, and it has been rumored a lot that he's not the greatest guy to work with, right? And I mean, nothing to say against Ocon. Maybe it's just his.
He's the first guy, first F1 signature. Actually, I don't know first. I don't remember when I was little. You know when your parents say, "Oh yeah, you've been there," and you were 2 weeks old. So I don't know if there's any signatures from my young days, but when I went to the first F1 race as an adult that I can remember, he's the first one I got a signature from.
Oh damn! So you're an Ocon fan that you have a signature from? No? Yes? Maybe?
I mean, I just got the signature.
Damn, dude. All right. Ocon's a Grand Prix winner, dude.
He is.
Grand Prix winner. So
One time.
One time. One more than all of us?
Yeah, one more than all of us combined.
Yeah, so I guess good to see Ocon got out of that toxic environment maybe at Alpine that he's had, and he's starting off with a fresh new start at Haas and with the new boss, Gene. Gene was very excited about this signing, so we'll see what the story has in store
Gene
for us.
has to be involved. Like, I think he's more involved than I would think he was.
I think so, yeah, on the back end.
Yeah, because, like, how much do you think he's actually... Like, he didn't start this team just because.
Nah.
That's pretty interesting because you don't really hear him about... You know, I feel like you wouldn't guess that he was a big F1 fan.
Yeah. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he's trying to leave a legacy or some shit like that.
I don't know, bro. His machines are...
Already the legacy, right?
Already good enough.
Yeah, the manufacturing world, dude.
Yeah, those who don't know.
Yeah. Now we're moving on to another crazy kind of signing. No, I didn't see this coming. I don't think anybody did. Damn, I forgot his name. Mattia Binotto joining the Audi F1 project that has confirmed the head of the Belgian Grand Prix that Binotto will join Audi as the chief operating and chief technical officer on August 1st, marking part of the restructure that will see the CEO Andreas, how do you say his last name?
Seidel, I think.
I think you're right. Seidel.
I don't know if that's correct. That's what they say.
And executive Oliver Hoffman leave the Audi F1 project. So, is this a good thing or a bad thing for Audi F1? Binotto coming in
because Ferrari under his reign wasn't very successful.
See, but him coming from Ferrari,
was it his fault though?
I mean, true.
Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah, but see what I'm understanding from this is him coming from Ferrari and been in Ferrari for years, knows what a team needs to be run like, knows what a championship team needs to do. And Audi being such a brand new team, probably is going to be a brand new team members there. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of job openings right now. So if you guys want to go apply, go for it. He knows what the foundation needs to be, right? To an F1 team to really go to the future and become a championship winning team. Did they also bring him to maybe persuade a certain driver of Carlos Sainz to join the Audi F1 team? What do you think?
Maybe they are signing him to persuade a certain legendary car designer.
Maybe, right? It's all about making the right chess moves at the right time, and this looks like a big one.
So you're telling me we're not going to get a Gunter Mattia show?
Maybe we'll get them in the same team, and would that be so bad? I don't know.
I don't know. Two captains in the same ship.
They are good friends.
You're right.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the story holds for us.
That'll be interesting next season.
Yeah, we'll see what he brings to the table.
August 1st?
Yeah, so
after the summer break, he's going to be in charge.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So we'll see. I think this is going to really help Carlos Sainz to make a decision for next season, and he's going to persuade him to go on there. So, yeah, that's it what we have for the silly season. With that being said, so far, yeah, there's still much to be unfold.
We don't have a seat for Carlos.
We don't have a seat for Mercedes. We don't have a seat for Williams.
Don't know what Williams is doing.
Yep.
Still
So
one for,
Alpine.
Visa Cash App.
Alpine,
Yeah, Cash App.
Visa
don't know.
Cash App, Red Bull, Racing Bull.
Yeah.
Full beans.
Yeah, throw it in there.
Yep.
And Red Bull, don't know what's going on with Red Bull seed. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
technically
that's-
the seeds are taken, but we'll see if that stays
changes.
true.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what that comes out. With
a
that,
good
move on to
segue.
the Belgian Grand Prix. A lot of people are expecting this one to be, I think, like action pack as far as safety cars, crashes. As far like we know, there's a death there, R.I.P. But there was no safety car this season, this race.
This race was boringly entertaining.
It was exactly. That's
It
very,
was
very well said right
boringly
there.
entertaining.
Very well said. As we know, George Russell wins the Belgian Grand Prix. Oh wait, of course,
not.
snatched away,
Nah.
and Lewis Hamilton now is promoted as the winner of the Grand Prix. Let's break this down. Start with George Russell. George Russell made the one-stop work. It was very close at the end, though.
That's my kind of strategy.
He made the decision on there to be asking him, "Are you okay with being on the one-stop?" And he said yes. So, yeah, and it worked. It worked. But towards the last lap, they were catching him, and they were right behind him, right?
You know, I mean, yeah. I thought it was interesting that they let him race for so long.
Exactly.
Because you could clearly see that was eating time out of their lead from Piastri.
And it was fast. It was eating time fast, dude.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, they hours later, then the victory was stripped away from him, which sucks, dude. And now one point that I want to bring up to this is that this is the second time Mercedes has been disqualified from a Grand Prix within the 3 years. The first time recently was in Austin, where their skid plate was worn down a little too much. Now we come up with the second one. This disqualification comes from an underweight car of 1.5 kilograms. What's the conversion there? Since we don't work with kilograms over here to pounds, David?
It's 3.3 kilometers.
3.3
Kilometers.
3.3 kilometers.
Wow, that's
God
quite the
damn,
conversion.
I don't know the metric system, okay? Base 10, why would we use it? It makes sense.
Sheesh, dude. So 3.3.
3.3 pounds.
So the weight of a newborn baby.
That's
Un-
severely
I'm
underweight,
just
baby.
kidding. I have no idea,
That's
dude.
half the weight of a regular baby.
Okay, well, with that being said, it was a little bit. So then just to provide some content on some context on this story, they waited one time with the fuel, and he was within the weight limit. Then they weighed him without the fuel, and he was underweight. So I don't know. Is Mercedes playing some trickery around here? Have they done this in the past and just not been caught?
I don't know. I mean, they haven't been good enough, right? So in recent years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It was also weird that Toto didn't seem very happy that they won the race. They got a 1-2.
Mm-hmm.
He crosses the finish line. The camera cuts to Toto, and he's kind of just looking at the screen like, okay, cool, like whatever.
And we have known Toto to be
Very emotional.
Very emotional, right?
You think he's like a freaking unemotionalist, but we've seen him very emotional.
Which is un-German. He's Austrian. My
He's
bad.
Austrian.
Yeah, go ahead.
And we've also, which I mean, obviously I don't remember seeing him every single race that Lewis won, where he was or what it was, but he's like sitting in the paddock, like on his phone when they're going over when they're doing the trophy ceremony.
Yeah, the champagne and all that shit,
so
right?
It's kind of weird. I mean, you would
I
think
did notice that.
it's your third win of the season.
You've been struggling so far these past years, right?
Yeah, so you would think, and especially too, I thought it was weird because it's like, this is the guy you're keeping.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why aren't you celebrating his win?
You're trying to make him happy, right?
Yeah, you're
trying
keeping him. Hamilton is out the door. So I don't know why. So that was weird. I thought that was weird. So I don't know. It's all of it's weird.
That's what I'm saying,
It's a
dude.
little weird.
Something's off, dude. And what makes me think is that Mercedes maybe aren't being as truthful as they're supposed to.
Maybe.
So
One thing I do want to point out is I called it.
Oh, you did call
I
it.
called the Mercedes win.
You did call it.
Yeah.
Watch our last F1 video
I
where
called
David
the
predicted.
Mercedes win.
So
Check out the
so
last
who are you
video.
predicting for Zandvoort to win right there?
Let me see the track.
right there. So everybody bet your money on what David's going to say right now. And if he doesn't come through, just show up to his house with a metal bat. Give me my money back. So what are you looking at?
Alpine 1-2.
Holy crap.
Ocon's taking the win.
Holy moly. How much are you putting on this bet? $100? I'm pretty sure the odds are really good, dude.
Oh.
Double zeros. Okay. Triple zero?
I don't know which way on the camera.
I don't know.
To make it a big number that way.
Well, whatever that number is, make sure.
I don't know what it's going to look on the camera. It's either $1 or $1,000.
All right, whatever that number was, make sure you bet it over Alpine to 1-2 victory at Zandvoort. Any more thoughts on this George Russell dilemma, drama, win?
I mean, first off,
disqualification?
I want to go on the good stuff. I want to talk about the good stuff of the strategy, of how well he managed the tires, how crazy it was to hold off Hamilton at the end.
Yeah.
It was crazy to hold off Hamilton at the end. I didn't think he was going to get it done. It just seemed that he was getting real good exits out of turn 1, turn 2 to lead him off the. Another thing I wanted to mention.
Camel straight.
Yeah, to get off to Eau Rouge.
Yeah.
Was, dude, this guy has some freaking cojones, bro.
Yeah.
Because we've mentioned this up before on the show. Watching the race, Eau Rouge doesn't look that scary. Looks okay. We're going flat out through that thing. It doesn't look too bad. You play one sim. You play one little lap around Eau Rouge on F1, the video game. Going flat out through there is insane as it is.
Yeah.
Going flat out through there on tires that are 31 laps old, 31
Yeah.
with 7-time champion on your ass, with up-and-coming hungry driver in third coming on your ass.
Who has the faster car?
Insane.
Yeah, that's
it's
pretty
insane
crazy.
to put yourself through that situation. And then you have to go flat out on Eau Rouge because you know the DRS section is coming right after that. You know Hamilton is in DRS. That was insane to put that old tires through that turn flat out each lap at the end of the race. That was crazy.
It's like looking dead straight in the face and you driving right through it, dude.
Looking at
it's
him
crazy.
and going,
yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you,
yeah.
It doesn't look that bad on TV. But as soon as you race that one, it's one of the hardest turns on all of the tracks. Like,
to really get it right.
To really get it right, flat out.
And not lose the car, yeah.
But it's insane.
Yeah,
that turn.
It's really, yeah, it's like you said, that turn is really a really hard turn to really master. Full throttle and not lose the car because it's really easy to lose the car. And if you do lose it, there's some big consequences that you're going to pay, right?
It's no good.
It's no good. So
again, and then additionally, his strategy, pulling one out of my little tricks. That's a strategy. Because Ozzy here is 10-time world champion.
I'm not 10-time world champion.
He's the fastest being around.
I will challenge Max Verstappen at a sim race, and we'll see who the fastest guy is on there. Because just like him, I also, sim Nate. I was about to say naked at night, but late at night, dude. So
Ozzy's quicker, so the only way I beat him is I got to go off strategy. Mm-hmm. And that's one of my strategies right there.
One time, bro. One time. God damn, dude. One time, dude. Whatever. Lewis Hamilton coming in second, but then promoted to the race winner. Lewis had a different strategy than George. Almost had a chance to overtake him for the victory. Lewis commented after the race that the team knew that George was on the preferred strategy. Was this true or not? I think he's kind of...
I thought it was real weird how sour he was about the win.
It was, exactly.
I understand he's leaving. He got the win. He's got his win. He's got his goodbye win. He got the 105th win, whatever it is.
Yeah.
He already has the record for most wins. Like, I thought it was real weird. Like, and this is what I've said about Hamilton. This is what I don't like about Hamilton. Is I think he's real fake a lot of the time. That he likes to put on a show for the cameras and things like that. There's just something about him that just a lot of times rubs me the wrong way. And having preferred strategy, he's the only guy who tried it.
Yeah, exactly. I think he was
At least
pulling
the
for
only guy of relevance. I don't actually remember if anyone else tried it, but
Yeah.
he's the only guy that like went out there calling it the preferred strategy. No one has preferred that strategy for a long time.
Yeah, I think he was pulling for straws on this one because that was pretty crazy for him to say that, and I was like, what? This
Like,
doesn't
dude,
make sense, dude.
I understand. Okay, Hamilton, they didn't look like they had the quickest car on the weekend, right? He gets past the slow poke that is Checo. He takes the lead of the race, and he's like, okay, look, he's doing good. He's holding the lead, and it's just at some point you got to tip your cap to someone going, I'm just balls to the wall. I'm gonna go with a crazy strategy.
Exactly.
And it's like,
Yeah.
I don't care, and especially if I don't care if it's not your teammate. Like, you gotta be like, bro, like what a race, dude.
Like, you pulled that one out of your butt.
That was crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Like in the way he said, he says, he gives him his little congratulations. It looked real cold.
Mm-hmm.
It looked real fast. He wasn't saying much to him. I feel like in the
cool
down
room, yeah.
And I don't know. It felt real
Like they feel off.
It felt like the Hamilton that everyone claims that he is would have been like, oh yeah, like man, like
Congrats.
Look, I thought I was gonna win the race, but like crazy strategy from George. Like congrats to George. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, man. This is the thing. This is the side of Hamilton that I don't like. The reason why he's not one of my favorites is that I feel like he's fake, and I thought he was real fake today in George's win.
Yeah, it definitely was weird, especially on a person who George Russell was the only one that at least in the top 10 that made that one stop work.
Yeah.
So it's not like the team kind of screwed him over. It's just George
Yeah,
made that strategy work.
It's not like he saw George go on it, Sainz go on it, and Perez go on it, and
Exactly.
all three of whatever I said finish in front of it.
Exactly, right?
It was one guy who tried it, and it worked.
And it
barely,
worked.
barely did it work.
Exactly. So, yeah, kind of weird. I saw that. The vibes were off. Oscar is still looking very fast after his maiden win. He finishes third, but then obviously gets promoted to second. Still looking very, very fast. Commenting that in the free air, that's where it made the biggest difference, and his pace being very strong. Because if you notice throughout that race, he was at the same pace as the leaders until he got free air, and that's when he was really starting to push, and he was setting the fastest lap on old tires.
Yeah.
So it shows you that the McLaren car is still very fast. If it gets open, if it gets free air, if it stays behind cars, it's still kind of fast, but not as strong, right? So Oscar was right there, right with Hamilton, trying to catch George Russell to the very end, but they weren't able to do it. Leclerc having a good race, but unable to fight for the win, gets a surprisingly pole position for this race, but it's just the Ferraris weren't fast enough. The Mercedes and the McLarens were just faster than the Ferraris, and that's how it played out.
I mean, the Red Bulls look fast in qualifying.
Yeah, the Red Bull, exactly, right?
And that's where that ended.
Yeah, exactly. Verstappen and Norris both fighting to stay ahead of each other because they are fighting for the championship. Verstappen stayed ahead, but Norris was right behind him at the last lap. This was a very key moment for the overall picture of the championship in a total. Driver championship, correct?
I guess both.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, you're
But
right.
the point you're specifically talking about
Is the driver. Verstappen really trying to stay ahead of Norris, but Norris was catching him towards the end. And Verstappen not looking as strong as races before. He took an engine penalty this race.
Third year in a row, I think.
Exactly, third year.
He's so confident in this track. Take my 10th-place grid penalty every time and win the other 2 times.
Not this time, though, right? So, but like you said, yeah, he takes the third time, takes the engine penalty here at Belgium. And isn't this like his /home Grand Prix? Because he was.
I think he's like
half Belgium.
He's part Belgium.
I think he was born in Belgium, but his family's Dutch.
Yeah.
So a weird thing there.
Until they added back the Dutch, I think this is he treated as his home Grand Prix.
Yeah, you're right. So
I mean, I think the Orange Army is strong here too.
Yeah. Verstappen stays ahead. He extends his championship lead. So good for him. It's starting to look like the championship, drivers' championship, might be a little tighter and might pull some surprises towards the end of the season.
I don't think so. I think the driver championship is pretty done. But I hope that we continue this. The thing is,
I think it's gonna look dicey towards the end, dude.
I don't think it's because the teams didn't start. The teams gave Max a quarter of a season before everyone started kicking. Everyone started competing. And I think that quarter of a season is going to be a little too much for anyone to surpass.
So you think he's okay as long as he's pulling top fives?
I mean,
He's good.
as we've said in our Indy stuff, the Max Verstappen and Vindy,
Alex
Alex
Palou.
Palou, as long as he finishes decent results and not finishing,
You're A-okay.
dead last, I think he's fine.
Okay.
I think he has enough of a buffer.
There you go. Disappointing race for Sergio Perez, where it looked so bright at the start of the race, but then fell backwards as the race continued. Obviously, this is a big talking point because his future has been talked a lot this month, and it is rumored that there will be a meeting this Monday about his future at Red Bull. Starting off on the second front row, second place, but just it started to go downhill very fast.
I mean, he
trying to
lost
undercut
position turn one.
turn one.
He's
Yeah,
down to third place.
it's getting trying to undercut people. Didn't work. Didn't have the pace. Disappointing. Did he pull a good enough performance to keep maybe his seat
I mean,
for the season?
He hasn't.
Let's not forget, Checo has been off form for just maybe 4 or 5 races, which I'm not saying is okay. But in the beginning of the season, he was strong. He was up there with Verstappen finishing second for at least 4 of the races.
What are the drivers' championship, Frankie?
So now he's 5th though, I think. So it's not been a total shit show, but because the other teams are being so much more competitive, and the constructors is starting to really come together, I think it's putting more pressure on him because now other teams are able to catch Red Bull, right? So they're holding a meeting here on Monday for the future of his career. I think he's staying, dude. I really don't see who else they could bring in and is going to do a better job or equal to Checo at this point of the season.
I know at this point of the season,
I don't think
see why,
anybody.
But next season, I don't see why.
Next season, totally different story. I agree with you.
Because look, he's 7th in the drivers' championship.
Yeah.
He's the only one of the teams that have won races not to win.
Yeah, you're right about.
Every other driver on the teams that are competing for victories has won a race.
You made a
He's
good.
the only one not to win a race. That's pathetic.
Well, good thing you're not going to this meeting, so you don't bring up that point.
I think they got that point written. It's gonna be right on the big chalkboard. Loser.
Jeez,
Man, I mean, it hurts. It hurts for obvious reasons. Checo, like, I don't know what's going on. It hurts to see him so bad. Like, I was like, fuck, finally some good results in qualifying, and then in turn one already moving the wrong direction.
Yeah, it hurt. Exactly. It hurts because we know he can compete at the top, right? He can beat these guys. He can beat Leclerc. He can beat Norris. He can beat Piastri. I don't know about Verstappen. We've seen that over time and time. But he can beat these guys, dude. And for him to be at the bottom of this totem pole,
I think
it hurts.
Dead, dude. I think he's got the yips right now.
Man.
Because the car...
What in a worse time to have this,
The car should be competitive.
It should,
Verstappen started 10th. Checo started
second.
And he passed him.
Yeah, man, it's tough. It's tough. Would you cut Checo and bring someone else in? And who would you bring in?
I would 100% cut Checo as like...
God damn, no hesitation in there, dude.
He's not even... He can't even hold... Like, he lost 6 places today.
I mean, the one that really looks bad is like the one you just said. Verstappen started 10th. Checo started second.
Only driver not to win a race that's on the competitive teams.
And Checo ends up behind Verstappen. And yeah,
when was the last time we had... I mean, I don't know when the last time we had this many race winners. And he still can't get a race win.
Yeah, especially with the car that you said. It's a competitive car.
Yeah, it's not like they did like a full like swap of the car anyway, because it's the same one that he's been using since.
I mean, I've heard
even since last year.
I've heard rumblings and rumors that, there's been issues with this, there's been issues with that, but it's like, at some point, like, it's just there's not that many issues. Like, it has to be the driver at some point, and I don't see him worthy of the seat because I think the gamble on another driver. Okay, sure, the driver could be worse next year, but I think the gamble is more worth. It's more worth
Trying something new.
trying something new than just because, dude, you're not going to win the championship. You're not going to win the constructors championship
If
next
this
year.
continues?
This continues. They had that quarter. I'm telling you, the quarter season is holding up Red Bull right now.
It might
that
be
front quarter season.
It might be just enough to hold off for this season.
Yeah, for this season, both the double championship.
As long as they don't
But
keep
if-
on doing
if-
really bad.
If next year we get this competitiveness from the freaking star,
It's tough.
I don't think Red Bull's even in the fight next year if you can have two cars.
Who you bringing in for Checo's replacement then? Let's start the conspiracy.
We've
'cause
talked about this before.
I got mine.
The only logical choice is Yuki in terms of their
Who do you would want to
who do
see
you
in there?
want?
Who do you want?
Personally.
Who gives a fuck about Yuki, dude? Unless you want him.
Fuck Yuki.
No offense, Yuki, but
Yeah, we love you, but no, sorry, Yuki.
who would you want? Here, I'll tell you mine. I would bring a good old from the Ice Age, Kimi Räikkönen, bet him in the Red Bull. Let's see him get in there, dude. We need this.
Bring him back.
Yeah, dude. This season needs some good Kimi commentary, and let's see what he's got, dude. Bring in there and him against Verstappen. Be an interesting fight.
If I was Red Bull, I'd throw Bottas in that seat, dude.
Bottas?
We've seen Bottas be the best number 2 driver out there.
That's true. He has been proven a number
if they
two.
want a solid number 2, you give Bottas them, you give them cheeks that seat.
Those cheeks in the Red Bull scene, huh?
Dude, I don't know. He will be the best number 2 on the grid.
Yeah.
And the money coming from all these calendars would hold up just as much as Checo's doing right now.
I don't know about
So
that.
they're
Checo's
cool.
got some big pocket. I don't think he's got the big. Oh, now he's got the big pocket. He's got some big backers.
His face is all over Mexico,
It's
so.
everywhere.
At home, I haven't even thought about that.
What?
You step out of any airport in Mexico, the first billboard you see Checo's face there.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah, so that's it for the Belgian Grand Prix. It was filled with drama, not that much action, but towards the end, Russell gets his race taken away from him, disqualification. Last comment I want to make is Alpine was sporting a new livery, Deadpool-inspired livery with the red overalls and the red car, and I thought it looked pretty cool, to be honest. It was interesting
I
to see.
honestly didn't even notice.
Puta.
Alpine? Who looks at that?
Who the fuck is that guy?
who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah, exactly. But they sported a new livery. It looked pretty cool because the new Deadpool movie is out.
Deadpool,
So
Wolverine.
Wolverine, yeah. So those are my last comments. David, last comments. Zamford coming up. You're betting Alpine. This is the team that you're.
Alpine 1-2. Let's go.
Frankie, anything last to close out the show?
I'd bring in Ricardo to replace Checo.
And with that bombshell, Full Beans signing out.
See him.